Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the new George C. Wolfe film Rustin. So let's get into it. I'm going to cut right to the chase here and say that I'm pretty disappointed by this film overall. I really liked George C. Wolfe's previous film, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I thought that was a really moving film that came out at the right time, and it had some incredibly excellent performances. And in the lead up to this year's Oscars, there has been a lot of buzz surrounding Colman Domingo's performance and saying that he, like Chadwick Boseman in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, is a huge contender to not just be nominated, but to win the Academy Award for Best Actor. So I was very fascinated by this film, and once again, after being a fan of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, I thought that I would be given another excellent film from George C. Wolfe. This movie to me, however, unfortunately just plays it far too safe to be remotely interesting. There is a story that's worth telling in here about assisting Martin Luther King and giving him the support he needed so that he could give such a rousing speech. During the 1963 March on Washington, we're following Bayard Rustin here, who is, once again, a pretty interesting figure in history that has been pretty much erased from the textbooks, almost due to both his skin color and the fact that he's a homosexual. The film explores that, but I thought at a very surface level in a way that almost was designed to not offend anyone or provoke or in any way do anything daring or interesting with his story. Instead, it just plays it so surface level and so safe that I feel like I know just as little about Rustin as before. The biggest thing that this film does, I think, is show how much work goes into a rally such as this. Almost 250,000 people went to this March on Washington. It is the biggest peaceful protest in US history, at least. And it is nice to applaud the unsung heroes of this story, all the people that put in hours and hours of work to really get these things organized. That is definitely an interesting part to the story that it wants to tell. And I think the strongest thing about Rustin by far are the performances. Despite the fact that I think the screenplay is fairly weak, the direction is very bland, the performances themselves almost carry the film. Colman Domingo is incredibly great in this film. He's a fantastic actor and always has been, and continues that here. However, in terms of the Oscar buzz, a lot of you want to know, is he a genuine contender here? He's going up against Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, Leonardo DiCaprio in Killers of the Flower Moon. Those are the two main contenders, and some people are saying that he's a contender for the win. I do not believe that he can beat both those performers in the slightest. I think that he is fairly lucky if he gets nominated because the film is so weak. You need a little bit more in terms of the film's quality to bolster the actors up. Being in a subpar or just mediocre film sometimes just isn't enough to bolster the great performance of Colman Domingo. There's so many great supporting performances as well from the entire ensemble. It's not just a one-man show. There's all these great supporting performances that definitely work throughout the film. However, once again, the movie itself just left me feeling so shortchanged and is honestly really forgettable. There's nothing about this that I'm going to really be thinking about weeks or months from now. This will just be another movie that I saw in 2023, and I'll be shocked a year from now when I see it pop up in my letterbox list that I saw that film. But then again, it's not abhorrent. It's not a terrible movie by any means. Sure, it is well crafted. There is great performances, like I said, and I think that if you haven't been introduced to the whole side of social justice films like this one, you might find this kind of enjoyable. There are some things worth exploring. However, if you have seen this genre and all the greats within this genre, you know that this film just plays all of the same beats without any of the inspiration. And due to that, that is what makes it forgettable. You look at some of the great filmmakers who have worked within this space, like Spike Lee, who has given us such rousing work throughout the years. You even look at George C. Wolfe's previous film, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I felt something when watching that film. They made me understand where they were coming from. It gave me an understanding of this side of history. Rustin just doesn't provide that, and left me feeling really shortchanged and ultimately quite disappointed by this overall. I think this film to me is a 2 out of 5. It's just so mediocre. It really is. And the fact that it doesn't really want to strive for more makes me feel even more disappointed that we aren't really given any more knowledge about this man other than what we may look up on Wikipedia. It's just such a shame. And those are my thoughts towards Rustin. Honestly, there's not really much more to say. I'm really already forgetting about the details of the film, even though I saw it like an hour or two ago. There's just not that much to grab a hold of. And because of that, I just don't really want to talk about this movie any longer. I'm sorry. Let me know what you think about this movie in the comments below. Did you like it? Do you completely disagree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.